Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your end of April 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. The color of the sky is one of my favorite colors. I don't know. I think that could be one of Cancer's. I'm not Cancer, but I'm a Sag. But it's like a coral. And I think that might be one of Cancer's colors. I'm not sure. I know anything like this tablecloth, like a sea green might be something along those lines. Okay. So the heart of the matter is the Two of Pentacles. Some of you may be coming into some issue of having to make a choice with your work, what you're doing. So sometimes this can also be doing two jobs, working two jobs at the same time, and then kind of feeling like a little bit harried because of it. But in general, it can be a card of, having to make a decision about something work related, like maybe whether or not to take a new position or to look for a new job even. When I look at the past position and seeing what is causing this, we have the Five of Swords. Now, by the way, I would say anything that you're making a choice about, even if it's a relationship, pentacles with relationships or dating can either be that financial security is on your mind, like money matters are on your mind, or that you are, what do you call it, in lust. You're thinking in terms of the physical more than other things, and that's clouding your decision. In the past position, the Five of Swords, to me, is like this card of the coworkers who are talking behind your back. This is a card of gossip, of slander. You see that person in the background. This deck doesn't necessarily fully convey, like the Rider-Waite deck, what this card represents. But you see this black bird, this deck has a lot of the swords cards with black birds, almost like negative communication, negative thinking, negative thoughts, and right up in that person's ear. And so it's kind of like this toxic speech. How I see it sometimes in the work environment is that a group of coworkers have ganged up against you, it's always possible that you're hearing gossip from other coworkers and you don't want to hear it. And I just recently, how they have those ads on Instagram. There was somebody who was advertising one of their, I don't know, their courses or their speeches, and they were saying if they're talking about them to you, they're talking about you to others. This idea of gossip, even if it's 100% true, what they're saying. The point is that people who are practicing malicious speech, they're not usually discriminating. They're doing it to boost themselves, but they'll do it to anyone. So even if you are not you think you're not the target, you can still feel uncomfortable hearing this stuff, and it just kind of indicates the toxic work environment, perhaps, or I guess it could be friendships. But the Two of Pentacles, to me, could really be this situation of wanting to get away from a work environment, or choosing. What I mean to say is choosing a job that is not the one that you currently have. And also another thing too is if you are in a profession where this kind of behavior is commonplace, you may be saying, I don't know if I want to do this type of work anymore. So that the decision that the two represents with Pentacles could be the type of work that you wish to do. The higher message is the Tower card. And this is so on point for anything when we're talking about decision making, because it's like, if you don't make a decision yourself, the universe will make it for you. And that can mean that, if you have to do something that you don't want to do, that's kind of like distasteful, you will find that you have it happen regardless. And when it does happen, it will be kind of more of a calamity than anything else, because it's not something that you are directing. So that's why it becomes so, it's like less controlled. And the thing that the card that represents the challenge is the star, and that's really faith in unseen forces. So the person who is very in need of tangible evidence, a lot of Cancer people are very, security minded, and they want proof before they're willing to take action sometimes. And sometimes, Cancer is a cardinal sign, so that the person may tend to be very um, capable of doing something, taking action in general, but just that feeling of, will this actually work, and being kind of like nervous, afraid, anxious. Um, you can see the light that it's like the person. Uh, this is connected to Aquarius, and the 11th house of Aquarius. That's why probably that background is so beautiful. That background, and it's funny too, because this is a similar shade of that, like lavender, violet, and Aquarius is associated with amethyst. So that's probably why they're doing it, because this is a card of friendship, and that's what the 11th house represents as well, the friendships and groups, and being able to believe that something is possible for you, even if you can't see it in the moment. It's like, isn't there some saying like hitching your dreams to a star or something like that? It's kind of like that. I I probably mangled that phrase. Um, what's coming in is the Three of Cups. This could be looking to friends to help you in this transitional period, if that's what this has been for you. Oh, yeah, you know what? Listen to this, because, oh my gosh, we just had a solar eclipse in Aries, and that was in your 10th house. So, yes, it probably is. The tower is like, I always see the tower as eclipse action. And that's really what the eclipses are for, in a sense. They're for that kind of trigger point, so that people can uh, do these things that they're kind of resisting doing. So, yes, for sure, that might be something that um, is showing that you are transitioning in terms of career. And the Three of Cups is like either taking refuge in friends or also networking. Because if you start something, like maybe you start your own business, you will have these people. This is kind of like your foundation, really. I mean, people getting the word out about what it is that you're selling can be that. I mean, um, or even, yeah, well, I was going to say, or even family, but this is really a card of friendship and teamwork as well, which is the exact opposite of the Five of Swords. If you're dealing with coworkers who are very, you know, unsupportive. And the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. So you might even ask your friends, hey, is there any job where you are? And you might get a job from them, or starting your own business. This is also a card of a financial windfall, so that could be true for some people as well. So that could also bring in a new cycle in your life, where you're able to call more of the shots, because you're going to, you had 2 new moons in that 10th house in Aries. One of them happened to be a solar eclipse, but you had another one that was a new moon. And then on top of that, there's all these other, you're going to have other triggers um, between that 10th house and the 4th house of home and family with Libra. So this is something, this is not necessarily going away. This is part of the storyline of the next year and a half for you, Cancer. So that's what I have for you. I hope that that resonated. If you would like a personal reading, I'm promoting my double astrology readings called my deep dive readings, because they're a special price as a package deal, an hour of natal chart interpretation with an hour of transits. And I also have a package deal with the tarot, with a full-length tarot reading and natal chart interpretation. So that's called the whole enchilada. And I have single readings as well. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at RenaMoonAstrology.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.